What's up guys, Joe here. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with the warm-up for the Tour of Flanders. It's Dwars, Vlaanderen, and this is going to be a really fun race. Big shout out to Barna and Wouty for the stage and the start list. Looking then at the start list today, definitely De Koning Quickstep start again as favourites. We have Alaphilippe riding his first Belgian race this season. Of course, Asgreen won E3. We also have Mathieu van der Poel though, so two big favourites right there, De Koning and Van der Poel. Then we have the rest, and to be honest, we do have some very strong riders here. We have the duo, GVA and Narsen, Christoph and Trentin as well for UAE. Nizzolo is performing very, very well in the cobbles this year, seemingly from what I can tell. Viviani and Laporte, two good options actually for Cofidis. Tim Wellens is here. We have an interesting team for the Ineos Grenadiers. Anthony Turgi is someone who has been so good in Belgium as of late as well. It's a really fun start list overall. However, I have decided to go for the Grand Tour Kings, the Ineos Grenadiers. And really, they have Tom Pidcock, who I'm really excited about, obviously, as a Brit. But Dylan van Baarle as well is on unreal form. Perhaps the best form I've seen him in his career as well. So he's a great shout for the Tour of Flanders and this race right here. Away we go then. Little Tom Pidcock, not on the best day, sadly, for us. Dylan van Baarle, not in the greatest form either in this playthrough, but hopefully we can still get a result here. Let's see if we can try and get Ethan Hayter in the breakaway. So I have managed to get Ethan Hayter to the front of the race. He's pretty done though. We do have 5 riders here. Nicky Terpstra among them as well. A few other riders trying to get into that group too, but the pace in the peloton is pretty hard already. 77k to go then. This is where the race really is going to be decided. So I have put a few riders to the front, and by that I mean this next 70 kilometers, not this exact section, but we do have the Tyenberg coming up pretty shortly. I want to really be on the front foot ahead of that climb. So I have dropped Ethan Hayter back from the breakaway. These guys can use their gels, and this next 10k is going to be crucial. Let's really up the rhythm, make it really difficult. So we're now onto the cobbles. We still have our guys to the front of the race, really trying to relay. Terpstra is done in the breakaway, and I think we go straight into the Tyenberg after this. So yes, we do. This is where we really need to be at the front of this race. These guys can go up to 99, Pidcock and van Baarle up to 92. Sadly for us, Pidcock a bit further back, but this is perfect right now. Van Baarle right to the front of this race, and he is pressing on right here with the help of Basso, seemingly, although he does seem to be done. Let's try and relay with Owen Doel right now. Van Baarle can sit up in the wheels of his teammates as Pidcock has been caught a little further back, but we really have done some damage here with groups forming all over the road right now. So Owen Doel continues to relay on the front for us. Dylan van Baarle on his wheel. Pidcock as well is now back in the front group. I know it says 139 riders. I'm pretty certain that is about to come down to a much smaller number. 60, 43 right now have made the cuts at the very front of the race. Owen Doel has done his job for the day with absolutely flying colours. Cameron Worth, our final domestique right here, is going to try and continue to set a really hard rhythm. Then we may have to try some attacks. So Cameron Worth continues to do a great job, and I think we are about to try a move perhaps with young Tom Pidcock. So Dylan van Baarle up to the front, up to 95. And here we go. Pidcock can try a little attack right here. Let's see who can respond. Pidcock should be able to punch away on this uphill section, and van Baarle can sit in the wheels right now. And Pidcock is gone currently on this climb. Can he hold it though on this poor day for him? Or can we maybe create a separation in the group? Pidcock still solo at the front, and van Baarle has made this group with Alaphilippe, Benoot, Valgren as well, but Pidcock just off the front. But sadly, TS Benoot is going to reel in Tom Pidcock. 30k to go. We are now entering, or about to enter, cobbled sector. Look at this. Julian Alaphilippe on the front for De Koning. Not sure about that myself. So we have a rapid tempo right now. All the contenders seem to be right to the front of this race, and it's a 3-star cobbled sector. Not really ideal for me that these corners are here. Can we try and get van Baarle to the front? I do want to try and attack with him if we can, but the tempo is so high set by Matteo Trentin. Let's just try and sit on Pidcock's wheel. Make sure we stay here with Pidcock and Dylan van Baarle And we will do, to be fair, with Trentin setting the rhythm down to 27 riders, as Benoot, Philipsen and Valgren are now out the back. So with Pidcock pretty done, we do have De Koning on the front. Let's try and come to the front here. But Yves Lampaert continues to set a tough rhythm on the front of this group. And Pidcock really is struggling to stay in this group right now. But just 22 riders are here. I'm thinking about an attack, but it's a hard rhythm on the front. And there you go, Jasper Stuyven on the attack, trying to follow Soren Kragh Andersen. Van Baarle trying to follow it. We are struggling to follow that move by Jasper Stuyven though. Let's sit with De Koning for now. So Stuyven and Kragh Andersen are just up the road, and even Van Baarle is really struggling with this rhythm. I'm not sure we can attack. Ballerini still here though. Still Giacomo Nizzolo is in this group. 14 riders are now at the front with Van Baarle. I think we have to rely on De Koning. They have Ballerini in this group. They surely have to ride for him. So looking at the riders that have made the cut, Wellens, Colbrelli, we have Turgi as well, Christophe Demar is here, Nizzolo as well with Ballerini. We have some very quick riders, but Jasper Stuyven with a massive attack right there. Let's see if he can sustain that rhythm for the rest of the race. But 14 riders at the front. And I must say, Lampaert and Seneschal both look done for De Koning quick steps. So if we have anything left, this is probably our chance to try a little attack, but we are struggling so much with Dylan. Let's try and get on the wheel of Ollie Narsson. Did we get there in time? We just don't have enough left. Let's try and stay in position. And we are on the wheel of Soren Kragh Andersen, but we are struggling so much for energy. We need to rely on this man. And we are in a front group of 4 riders, but we're clinging on right now. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. Just stay on the wheel. But I think this is it. We are now done. We're going to follow Tim Wellens, see if he is strong enough, because Dylan Van Baarle is completely cooked, sadly. 6k to go. What a shame. That would have been a lovely final right there. But we have Narsson, Kragh Andersen, Stuyven and Tim Wellens looking like they will decide this race. 5k to go. Can we push back on a little bit? We do have Christophe coming up as well. Let's jump in his wheel. But he goes straight past us. What a shame. Now this other group are coming back to us as well. We're caught in the middle right here. Let's try and drop back onto the wheel of Dylan Toons. 3k to go. And it does come back together. 15 riders here. If we can get in the wheel of Giacomo Nizzolo, maybe that is our best option. So it is a complete standstill at the front. We just don't have enough left to try anything. And that could be the decisive move right there by Tim Wellens into the final kilometre. Let's try and go with Dylan Van Baarle. We have nothing left to try and sprint, but Tim Wellens is going to win the race. Great timed attack, timed it to perfection. Not really going to be a great result for us. Nizzolo will be disappointed. So will Arnold Demar as well. And it's a very tough race, a great race, really fun one, but that was much more difficult than I expected. Guys, that was a great race, really fun. I tried some attacks with Dylan, but suddenly his energy was gone, and it was a big surprise to me because he has some fantastic attributes. A poor race day probably didn't help, or some poor fitness. Nizzolo would have been upset to get to that front group like Gent Wevelgem and not take this sprint, but Tim Wellens, perfectly timed move, he takes victory. By the way, Mathieu van der Poel, I didn't notice, dropped out the front group and he finished outside the top 19. He finished 20th. Did Mathieu van der Poel, surprise right there. Anyhow, if you enjoyed today, make sure you smash that like button, drop a sub on the channel if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.